Okay. I want to welcome you to a House of Consciousness event. The topic of today's discussion is Islam an African religion or a white Arab religion? And we have two brothers that are going to discuss this topic with us today. So the first question is, I want to make sure everybody is at the right event. Today, we are here as students and scholars. So if you're not here today as a student or a scholar, then I think you might be in the wrong place. Okay? Today, we are here to learn some things that we might not have known. Today, we're here to learn, to reaffirm some things that we might already have known. Okay? We come into this event in unity. We all brothers and sisters at this event here. When we came in, we brothers and sisters. When we leave, we'll be brothers and sisters. Religion is a topic that's been hotly debated for years and years, and it will continue to be hotly debated for years and years after today. But we as black people, we are bombarded with a lot of different ideologies, a lot of different theories, and what have you. And that confusion, a lot of people would say, is intentional. They want to intentionally confuse us as to who we are and where we're from and what our norms and our mores and our culture is. So this is a topic, an issue that's been debated since the 1920s. Our parents debated it, our parents' parents debated it. Now here we are today still discussing it. Religion is a small part of your culture. Religion is the thread that keeps your culture together. But like I said, it's a small part of your culture. But until we get some things straightened out as far as our belief system, it's hard to move forward. And what this event today should be about is learning and reaffirming our thoughts so that we can move forward. How are we going to use this information so that we can move forward? Because today, it's not a black and white world anymore. Back maybe in the 1800s, early 1900s, it was black and white. But now, there are other groups that have come over here that are in direct competition with black people in this country right now. You have a lot of Asians coming into this country that are directly competing with you right now. You have a lot of Arabs coming into this country that are directly competing with you right now. Hispanics are coming into this country who are directly competing with you right now. Even your African brothers from the motherland are coming to this country, and for the most part, they're directly competing with you right now. And we're still looking at history while everybody else is looking toward the future. So we need these type of debates, these discussions, so that we can clear up some issues so that we can move forward. At the end of the day, we got to take what we learned here today and say, how can we apply it so that we can move forward? So with that, I just want to close this with one thing that I like to say all the time. What's more important? The world that we inherited from our ancestors, or the world that our children inherit from us? So we have to do the work, because personally, I think us in this room and people of, like they say, the conscious movement, we're the enlightened ones. We're the ones who have to get it together so that we could go and get the others and lead them. But until we can come together, clear up our issues, that's not going to happen. So, if you're here today as a student and a scholar, then you're in the right place. But if you feel that you're sensitive to the topic and somebody may say something that offends you and it's going to cause you to act in a way contrary to the spirit of the event, just see the brothers and sisters at the door, mention my name is Sutek, and they'll give you a refund. Okay? Because we're here in the spirit of peace, unity, and scholarship. We have some brothers up here who have put in a lot of hard work to come and stand before you today. And believe me, it's not easy. It's not easy to bury your head in the books. And my brother, True Islam, has traveled all over the world with his scholarship, studying, just so he can come back and bring this information to his people. He's written several books, and he'll get into that. But, you know, my brother Tahuti, you know, he's a self-taught brother, like my brother Islam, and he's up here bringing some sensitive information. So, you know, we just want to let everybody know so that they can appreciate what's about to happen here today. Okay? My brother Natural Tahuti, he's been in the Nation of Gods and Earths for 30 years. Right now he's a certified CSAC drug counselor, and he's dealing with a lot of youth that are involved in gang violence. He's self-taught. What else got to say, brother? I was sitting here looking for your paperwork, and I misplaced your paper, man. So, you know, but we have a very knowledgeable brother here. He, like I said, he's very dedicated to his craft, to his studies. He's dedicated to you because he's putting himself on the line up here to bring some information that may be very, very sensitive to a lot of people. So, just want you to recognize that. Brother's going to introduce Brother Muhammad.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
Black power.
Black power. Black power.
My name is Brother Michael Muhammad. I'll be introducing Brother True Islam this evening. But I want to just say this when our brother, or actually when both presenters present. If your phone is on ring, please put it on vibrate or put it on silent. If you have to make a phone call, please make your phone call in the lobby and not to interrupt the flow of either presenter. Also, we would ask you to refrain from recording on your telephones. We have recorders here, and I'm certain that you'll be able to get a copy of the debate for a fee, of course. But we're all here to learn and be respectful to the information and the brothers presenting it. Brother True Islam, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, I want to say about our brother, one, because I know him personally, and two, because I followed his scholarship for years. He hails, like myself and many of us, and really all of us that have been involved with the Allah team or the Truth of God Institute, he hails from the Nation of the Gods and Earths. Our foundational training comes from a body of knowledge called the Supreme Wisdom Lessons, i.e. 120. And from that information, our brother simultaneously, through that study of the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and what he acquired from the Nation of the Gods and Earths, he was able to attain a master's degree in religion from Morehouse College. And that segued into him further studying at the University of Michigan, where he attained another master's degree in Islamic studies. And he continued his study and attained a doctorate's degree in Islamic studies. His sole purpose through his work, his discipline, the trial, the tribulation, and the difficulties of the study, not just of Islam, but religion in general, was to prove that the black man is God. Do you understand what I'm telling you? This is not being taught nowhere in the world. We've been put to sleep and made to believe that God was other than what he really is. So our brother, through intense study, trial and tribulation, discipline, in what they call the academy, among scholars of the world who had dictated religion to us, has written in the king's language the science of the knowledge of God as a black God. We must appreciate that scholarship. He also, through that study and that scholarship, is trained linguistically in classical Arabic, biblical Hebrew, German, French, and of course the king's language, English. We must appreciate that scholarship. Our brother has written for some of the top religious journal articles of the world, including most recently the Harvard Theological Review, the American Journal of Islamic Studies, Social Sciences, the Journal of American Oriental Society, and the International Journal of Mideastern Studies. This is not an easy accomplishment. To be a writer, a scientist, a scholar, a soldier, and a black man raised up in the hells of North America.
That's right.
We must thank God, and we must thank our ancestors for bringing up in us the desire through their suffering to continue the movement through scholarship, through discipline, and through the study of God. Lastly, I want to say, all of this is readily available to you and I because our brother has compiled it and made it public. Most of it you can get for free, but some of it is for sale. This discussion or presentation or debate, however you view it, is on Islam. It's an African or white Arab religion. Well, our brother wrote a book about it, hot off the presses. And you can get your copy out there. Over 900 points of reference from various scholars and scientists of religion so that you can go back and research and do the knowledge for yourself. We have a scholar in our midst. One of your brothers, blood of your blood, flesh of your flesh, a scientist. And our dear brother, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, True Islam. So let's be very respectful of our brother and very respectful of our brother, Natural Tahuti, who has also engaged in this discussion. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, brother. Okay. My brother, Sarah Sulaseti, he's going to give you a little bit more information about my brother, True Islam. Natural Tahuti, excuse me.
Black Power. Peace. I know Tahuti based on what I've been doing here on the streets.
Mike, bring it down.
Bring it down, good.
Put your hand down, so on me.
Good. All right. What we trying to bring about is a global African supremacy. We are about changing what's going on with our people today. There's been a lot of groups that just been here. And when we come and say, what have you done for our people? It's the same shit.
That's right.
No statistics has changed. So the young is here today to say we don't care what the scholarship is.
That's right.
Revolutions don't start at no damn university.
That's right.
The revolution started in the streets. And the fact that the brother could stand before an organization, and I know how it feels to stand against an organization, and for an organization to send out attacks on a single individual. Shameful at times. We've all been wrong, but it's just some people that just have a track record of trying to bully. You know, those that look like they may be less. We just want to be respected, family. We're going to exist.
That's
We
right.
leaving back up out of here with the blueprint for global African supremacy. Either you're down or you're not. We want the change to happen in Africa. Islam is in Africa. I've been there. Don't lie to me.
That's right.
Don't tell me I'm lying to my damn self. We're just asking our brothers to say, hey, if you black, be black first. If we can leave up out of here black first, then I'm with it. But if you can look that Arab Muslim in his eye, call him brother, while he rapes our motherland, then you are not no brother of mine.
That's right.
You are called to account for what is happening in Africa. And I know you brothers see what is going on. The change must happen. For us to be a total people, we must have our mother continent. Tahuti is stepping up to defend this. Don't be mad at it. Don't come at it. Don't do that. We trying to exist just like you organizations are trying to exist. And we are going to exist. Right. That's just it. Respect the brother. He has a heart to come to speak to his people today. Listen to him. He's not coming out here to slander. He has the facts as he sees it. Weigh it in the scale and let my eye be the judge. Black power. Black power.
Please, thank you, Brother Seti. So this is going to be the format for the discussion, people. Each brother is going to have 10 minutes to express his opening argument. Then he's going to have 40 minutes to discuss his main argument. Then we will break for intermission. Then we'll come back and we'll have a 30-minute rebuttal for each participant. And then we'll have 10 minutes.
Open the floor for the people.
10 minutes for closing remarks. And then we're going to, as time permits, we'll have a question and answer with the audience. Okay? So with that, I want to bring Brother Tahuti on for his opening comments.
Okay, all RBGs, please stand up for one moment. Just give me one moment. I just want to see you.
Yes, sir, Brother Tommy.
Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power!
Black power!
I'm glad you came out today to support your brother. I'm so glad you came out here to support me. But first things first, there's been a lot of talk that Natural Tahuti is ducking and dodging the subject matter. The subject matter is Islam an African religion or white, pale, Arab religion? So, ever since this debate has been set up, the Allah team has been trying to control the parameters of this debate. They want to keep me talking about black Arabs, if there is such a thing, right? I think it's an oxymoron. However, why would I discuss or debate true Islam about Orthodox Islam when the Nation of Islam is not Orthodox? As a matter of fact, it's not Islam at all. You've been bamboozled. The Nation of Islam was set up by white supremacist Masons, Illuminati Masons. The Nation of Islam is being controlled by the Jesuit order of the Catholic Church. I make those claims here today, and I'm here to prove it. Not yet. So, I'm not ducking and dodging the subject matter. You said that Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. You also said that Master Farad Muhammad, I would never call a white man master. Farad Muhammad is Allah. So if he is Allah, and Elijah Muhammad is the messenger of Allah, how could I be off the topic?
That's right.
Unless you don't have no faith in your doctrine. You want to stick me to Arabia. Today, three main premises, right? We're going to get into the the Nation of Islam was set up by Shriners. First of all, the Scottish Rite Freemasons of the Blue Lodge, Shriners, right, the highest form of Masonry, right? We're going to prove that today. The Shriners was originated and was organized by the Jesuit order of the Catholic Church. That's who created them. They also created the Mafia. They created the Knights of Malta, right? And they also created the Illuminati. So ever since everybody has ever heard me speak out against the nation, I've always said that the Illuminati was at the root of its origin. Now I want you to ask yourself a question. I was with the nation of gods and earth. I said was. With the nation of gods and earth for 30 years of my life. I dedicated my life. My children were born in the nation of gods and earth. And when I came out against it, they had became my biggest enemies. I'm just one man. Why would I risk my life after 30 years of dedicated service to the nation, or to talk about the Nation of Islam? Why would I risk my life? Because we know from the history, anybody who has came up against the Nation of Islam, they didn't hang around too long. Check. Brother Malcolm X. Check. Check. Even the Father Allah. Check. They don't want to admit that one. Right? And numerous of other brothers. Now the man got up here and said the black man is God. I'm here to tell y'all today that shit is foolishness. Because the black woman is God.
Black woman is God. Woman is God.
How the hell can you have a man born through the womb of a woman and he's God, but she's only a vehicle? What kind of nonsense is that? And I'm going to tell you, I'm mad as goddamn hell because I believed this foolishness for years. But when I get finished showing you this presentation, you're going to see the truth too. I already know. The RBG, BPC, House of Consciousness, we ain't going over to join no goddamn Muslims, right? And we know the Muslims just might not come on over here and join up. But I bet you one damn thing, I'm going to make you think. Because there's a lot of claims they've been denying for years. They've been denying that Farad Muhammad is a white man.
Oh.
How the hell you gonna say that the black man is God, but you got a white man up there? Bullshit. Bullshit. Okay? So, now what's my time? I got time?
You got time. You got 4 minutes.
So, in the spirit of the ancestors, let me get that water. And I do apologize because I forgot to pour my libation. And I do apologize to the elders. So if you will let me correct my error, do I have the permission of my elders to do this work? Thank you, my elders. So, again, that is my opening argument. I'm here today. I'm sincerely your brother. And from this day forward, this is a historic moment. Because I want all of the RBG, BPC, House of Consciousness family to join together. From this day forward, we are one family. They talking about all we can produce is scholars. Bullshit. The RBGs is one family. From this day forward, can I get that? Black power? Black power. So, after this debate is over, we're going to begin organizing. My brother, the general said, has already discussed it with me. Shit, we be on the phone for like 2-3 hours a day. Going in. Sparring. We already discussed it. That our family must be unified. We must be one global The black woman is God. How much time I got?
Woman is God.
So, get out your beach towels, because there's going to be some blood flying. There's going to be some blood. I'm not playing games up here. My life is on stake here. So, there's going to be some blood. I'm going to present the information as best as I know it. And to my black RBG family, I say I love you. I'm the war captain, and I salute you. Black power.
Black power!
Peace. I want to bring on the brother, True Islam. In the name of Allah, the black God, who came in the person of Master Farah Muhammad, I bear witness that Allah is God, and I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is his Messiah, the Lamb of God. I further bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is their divine reminder in our midst. In their names, I greet you, family. We say it in the Nation of Islam. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
We say it in the Nation of Islam. Peace to the gods.
Peace to the God.
We say it in the Nation of Islam. Black power.
Black power.
Mamadou Lady, our brother, writing in the Golden Age of the Moor, edited by our brother, Dr. Ivan Sir. Brother Tilady, in this article, Africans in the Birth and Expansion of Islam, he asks a question that we will answer today. He says, ironically, though the origins of Islam are rooted in the African tradition, and the growth of the Islamic empire brought forward by the genius and might of African Muslims, as the 20th century comes to a close, Islam is associated more with the Semitic white Arabs. How did this come about? Tilady asks. Well, Dr. Yusuf bin Yakinen gives part of the answer.
Come on.
He says Africans were involved in Islam's creation, but the Muslim Arabs have been for some time recently teaching a sort of religious history in which the indigenous Africans find themselves omitted from the historical role they play in Islam's origins. I submit today, and I'm here to prove that the white Arabs are not the only ones perpetuating this false history. The white Arabs not the only ones trying to omit the African from his role in the creation of Islam. No, the white Arab has a co-conspirator tonight.
Yes, sir.
The white Arab has a representative tonight.
Yes, sir.
Who
That we don't buy the white Arabs loud.
That's right.
Nor do we buy it from their black flunkies. Come on.
That's right.
Here tonight. Yes, sir. All of them will have to deal with the facts on the ground. Deal with the data. Now, my brother, Natural Tahuti, he has a strategy. And it's clear he has not changed his strategy. His strategy is to employ red herrings, distractions. He wants to talk about the black woman being God. We can set up a debate on who is God. You want to talk about the origin of the Nation of Islam? Let's schedule a debate on the origin of the Nation of Islam. But this debate is whether Africans created Islam or white folks created Islam.
That's right.
That was the agreed upon subject.
That's
but
right.
The strategy is still the Dunkin' Donuts.
That's right.
The strategy is to talk about everything but the subject.
That's right. That's right.
The strategy should try to convince you that if he knows a little something about a little something, then you won't recognize he don't know anything about the subject of this debate tonight.
Speak on it.
So he will entertain tonight. He will appeal to your emotion. He will appeal to your suffering. But he won't bring any irrefutable data to support the claim that these white folks created Islam. If the Nation of Islam is a point of subject today, is your claim that Islam, there was no Islam prior to 1930? Who created that Islam before Muhammad met Elijah Muhammad? That's the question. Come on. Who created Islam before 1930? There was Islam in the world before 1930.
That's right.
Who originated? Those black folks or those white folks? That's the question. And even though you invited me to dance with you all over this building, even though you want me to run around the world with you because that's your strategy, I won't play that game. Any debate you want to have, set it up. But tonight, we want to know that black folks create Islam or that white folks. I will prove tonight.
Speak on it, Muhammad.
That Islam originated with African peoples in Arabia thousands of years before the birth of Muhammad, Ibn Abdullah in 570 CE. I will prove tonight that Allah is a black God, worshipped by black peoples thousands of years before Muhammad was born. I will prove tonight that Muhammad was a black prophet of the black God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I will prove tonight that for the first century after Muhammad, Islam was a black thing. In fact, Islam was a black power thing. But in 750, a revolution occurred. A revolution that initiated an Aryanization process, transforming Islam from pro-black to anti-white. And since then, these white Arabs, he said a black Arab is an oxymoron. Well, we are going to see. We are going to see by that statement it makes it crystal clear why he doesn't want to deal with the subject at hand. We're going to see is black Arab the oxymoron or is white Arab the oxymoron. I will prove that he is coming to sell you the slave master's history. He is trying to de-Africanize another aspect of our history. Yet claims intellectual descent from Joseph B. Yakinen, claims intellectual descent from John Henry Clark, claims intellectual descent from our great revolutionary scholars who took what we created from the white man. who claimed it for himself. He wants to come presenting the talking points for those white Arabs and convince you that Islam is not one of those that Africans contributed to the world, but he is coming to do the bidding of those white Arabs to convince you that it is theirs. Defining the terms of this debate. Islam, I use it in two terms, in two senses. The primary sense, the veneration of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and supreme gods. The secondary sense in which I use the term Islam, the cultic veneration of Allah through the rituals of the Kaaba. I will prove that Islam, according to both of those definitions, was created by black people. African. By African, I mean originated by African peoples, either on the mainland of Africa or in the African diaspora. 3, religion. By religion, I don't mean what some of you mean. I mean in academic sense. We can attach all this boogeyman stuff to it if we want, but by religion, I mean, as I am using, way of life at the center of which is a veneration of the sacred. However you define the sacred. White Arab. The white Arab are those non-Semitic Indo-Europeans, Persians, Romans, Turks, Kassites, etc., and their descendants who immigrated to Arabia in antiquity and or converted to Islam and adopted the Arabic language in late antiquity. Thenceforth, masquerading as Arab. See, the oxymoron is white Arab. I will prove that there is no such thing as a white Arab in reality. Which is why in my initially, the title was White Arab. Because there ain't no damn such thing as a white Arab. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
Okay. I think this will be a good time for y'all to tighten that seatbelt.
Yes, sir.
Alright? This will be a good time for y'all to tighten that seatbelt. Okay, now we're going to move into the main argument. Okay? While the brothers are giving their presentation, we would appreciate it if everybody will be respectful, no background noise, and be respectful of the presenter. So the brother's going to go for 40 minutes. And Brother True Islam will go for 40 minutes.
Say something.
1, 2.
It's on.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, Black Power. Black Power. We're going to get through this real quick. All right? I'm not even going to refute what he just said. That don't make no sense. Okay, let's stick to my premise.
That's right.
The white man is not God.
That's right.
You can clearly see that's a goddamn cracker.
That's right, Tahuti.
Now, something the Nation of Islam has been denying for so many years. I couldn't remember it all, so I need to get through this real quick. According to the FBI files, Wallace Farad Muhammad is identical to Wallace Douglas Ford, also known as Wallace Dodd, whose birth is recorded by the FBI February 25th, 1891. Which would, in the year 1930, made him 39 years old. Take a look at that man. Look like a man about 40 years old, right? of mixed European and Polynesian parentage. There is much uncertainty about his origins. It has been claimed that he was born in New Zealand or Portland, Oregon in the United States, of parents who came from Hawaii. All right? Honorable Elijah Muhammad's own son, Akbar Muhammad, said that he was of Turkish origin. Remember that, Turkish origin. Okay, a World War I draft registration card for Wally Dud Ford came from 1917, indicating he was living at that time in Los Angeles, unmarried, as a restaurant owner, and reported that he was born in Shika, Afghanistan on February 26, 1893. He was described as being of medium height and built, with brown eyes and black hair. As of 1920, he was still living in Los Angeles as 26 years old Wallace D. Ford, with his 25-year-old wife, Hazel. He provided his occupation as a proprietor of a restaurant and gave his place of birth as New Zealand. He provided no known place of birth for his parents, nor his date of immigration. In 1926, Ford was arrested and imprisoned for drug offenses, serving 3 years in San Quentin between 1926 and 1929. When he was released from prison, he disappeared from the public record until Wallace Farad was arrested in 1932. He was identified with Wallace Dud Ford on the basis of photographs and matching fingerprints. One thing y'all know, fingerprints don't lie. The Nation of Islam rejects this identification of Wallace Dud Ford with Wallace Farad Muhammad, interpreting it as a smear campaign. They also say that he was born in 1877, which would at the time of this picture made him 53 years old. That he was that he came from Mecca, and that his father was a black man and his mother was a white woman. That's what the Nation of Islam claims. Okay? Let's move right along. If Farad, something's wrong. Okay, something's wrong with my PowerPoint. However, you know the flag of the Nation of Islam. Actually, that flag is turned backwards. The moon and the crescent of the star will be turned that way. They say that this is the universal flag of Islam. That this is the Islam that came to the earth with the black man. Right? But as you can see, this is the flag of Turkey. It ain't got nothing to do with Orthodox Islam. The black flag, Araya, is the flag of jihad, to be carried into battle. The white flag, Al-Liwa, signifies that the land has been conquered by and for Islam, and that the infidels have been subjugated. It is a black flag. It's the flag of jihad. And when they went into war to go murder Africans, they brought the black flag. But when they conquered the land, they put up the white flag. There they go, the white and black flag. This is the flag of Islam. Check all the hadiths. Why would he come bringing us a goddamn Turkish flag? White means purity, purity means God, and God means ruler of the land. That's why they brought you a goddamn Turkish flag, because the man's a Turk. That's what he is. He ain't no black man. That man got a black father? Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Now, further inspection of that flag, if you take it and turn it upside down, you'll see what the hell it really is. That is and wrap that shit around your head, you will have the fez of a Shriner Mason. Because Elijah Muhammad was a Scottish Rite Freemason who was initiated into the Shriners organization. The whole Nation of Islam is set up like a Shriner organization. Just look at the way they number their temples. Allah temple number 1, Allah temple number 2, the same way the Shriners do. Go look at a Shriner temple. Allah temple number 1, Allah temple number 2. What the hell is the difference? There it is. There it is, right there. That's what the Nation of Islam is. Take a look at that white man. That is the only goddamn Islam that they came bringing you. Now take a look at Elijah Muhammad and look at that white man. They both wearing the tassel on the same side. They Masons. This goddamn Shriner. And look at that Quran in his hand. So he got to take full responsibility for that Quran.
That's right.
Because that's what he came bringing you.
That's right.
And he told you that that was the black man's religion.
That's right.
Elijah Muhammad stated, I will not go into the history of the Masons. Since I was a Mason myself once, and I swore not to reveal the secrets. And if you look right here, you can see the Masonic handshake right now. He never stopped being a Mason. He never stopped being one. The Master Mason makes a solemn oath on the Bible and the Quran for the Shriners to acknowledge and obey all due signs and summonses sent to me from a Master Mason's lodge. All this I must solemnly and sincerely swear, so help me God, with the penalty of death by mutilation. In making the above oath, the Mason has sworn the Master Mason's lodge as his Lord and Master. He has sworn to obey every order the lodge gives him. He can't go against it. Because once you join the Masons, nigga, you a slave. Now, you cannot keep a secret without telling a lie. If a Mason should tell the truth, he has broken his oath. And if he should keep the terms of his oath, he is subject to death. The Mason, when confronted with direct questions about the lodge, must say nothing or lie to protect the secrets of his idol, and in doing so, places his soul in danger of hell. Now, take a look at step 1. Clearly, this is called the do God. Clearly, you can see step 1 is an inch to the apprentice. Step 2 is a fellow craft mason. And step 3 is the master mason. Remember they told you that damn lie that Elijah Muhammad had a 3rd grade education?
That's right.
Bullshit. It means that he was
3rd degree.
3rd degree. Master mason. See, you gotta listen to the language in which they speak, because they're gonna tell you who the hell they are. Now clearly, look at Elijah.
That's it.
Look at him. Excuse me. Oh shit. Alright, there we go. Clearly you can see he's not out of the lodge. If he wasn't out of the lodge, if he was out of the lodge, why would he still be throwing up signs like he a gangbanger? Look at him. Just take a look at it. I ain't telling you no lie. I come to bring you the truth. Now, while they got you going studying Islam and Christianity, the highest of Freemasons, look what it say on his crown.
Osiris.
Osiris. What it say?
Osiris.
It say Osiris. While they got you bowing down to some goddamn Allah, they over there worshiping Osiris. Lord of the perfect plan. All right. The Great Seal of America uses the images of a Trucanic pyramid, which is missing a capstone in the opening space above the pyramid. There is a place, the symbol of an eye, radiating with rays of light. There are 13 core stones that lead up to the missing capstone, over which is the all-I-seeing eye. Elijah Muhammad told us that Master Farad Muhammad made his appearance on the 4th of July in 1930. The order of the Illuminati was started on May 1st, 1776 by Adam Weishaupt, a Jew who was also in the Jesuit order of the Catholic Church, thus making him a Jewish with. Now, listen very carefully. On the 4th of July, this is the agreed upon birthday. July the 4th contains 13 letters. The resolution in the date of 1930, the year he was supposed to come here, equals to 13. 1 plus 9 equals 10, plus 3 equals 13. It is said he also met with President Herbert Hoover, a name which contains 13 letters, according to Mother Tanetta Muhammad. Herbert Muhammad is a member of the exclusive all-male Bohemian Club who are known for human sacrifices. This is the newspaper article where you can go and see it for yourself. He met with President Herbert Hoover. This is Tanetta Muhammad. You can go online and check that out for yourself. Now, Master W.D. Farrar, born February 26, 1877 in the Wilderness, North Carolina. This was written by Elijah Muhammad. February 26, 1877 is the so-called birthday of Master Farrar Muhammad. The same as the Shriners' birthday here in North America. Their birthday is February 6, 1877. Wait a minute, is that a coincidence? He's born February 26, 1877, and the Shriners are born February 6, 1877. Only thing they did was put the two there. You can clearly see that. Let's go on. The ancient Arabian order, noble mystic Shriners. There it is. And you can see, this is what the white Shriners do. Look at this. Look at that pyramid right there. Look at the pyramid. Right? That's the pyramid. You can see they clearly are worshiping your ancestors. Now, the 13th, 4th of July, 1930, it has reference to do with these men right here. 13 Masons. These are the 13 Masons who created the Shriners. And this man right here, Walter M. Fleming, is a known Illuminatus. So if you listen to the language in the Nation of Islam, you can clearly see that 4th of July, he made his appearance, 13 letters. 1930 equals 13. And 1877 is the birthday of the 13 Masons. This is clear information. I'm not making this shit up. Now, look at the dress code of the Nation of Islam. Check them out. Right? Check them out. They clearly dress like Masons. That's the way the Shriners dress. Check them out. You see the difference? You see it? See the bow tie? This is the way. Look at this. The slave. Wow. The master. Wow. The slave and the master. J. Edgar Hoover was a Shriner. Everybody thinks that the COINTELPRO was put here to dismantle the Nation of Islam, to bring about a smear campaign. No, it wasn't. The nigga's a Shriner, right? That is just a sword over Elijah Muhammad's head. You know why he was put there in place? Because the nation attracted the most militant black men in America. So the government set up the COINTELPRO so that it could monitor a black messiah rising up out of the nation. That's all it was. Okay, now let's make the connection to the Jesuit church. The Quran says, "Oh, you who believe, do not take the Jews and the Christians for friends. They are friends of each other, and whoever amongst you takes them for a friend, then surely he is one of them. Surely Allah does not guide him." You can clearly see. Look at goddamn Farrakhan sitting there with that lonely ass Jew. Now look over here. This one is very important. Y'all know who he is?
Correct.
That's Fletcher. Flagger. Excuse me. Flagger, Jesuit order of the church. He's a Jesuit priest. I told you that the Jesuits created the Nation of Islam.
That's what you said, Tahuti.
Check it out. Let's connect these niggas. Check them out. There you go again, Farrakhan and Fletcher. Now look on this side of the Fletcher. Who's that? Obama, right? And who is this next to him? Obama, and Fletcher. You can now. I don't even gotta try to convince you that he's part of an Illuminati order, that he's a puppet for the Illuminati. Do I gotta convince you of that? Hell no. Just take a look at it. Now let me go a little further. Who's that? Jesse Jackass. Right? And there go Fletcher again. Now pay close attention over here. Who's that lady right there? That's Michelle Obama. And who is this lady right here? Mother Khadija, right? That's Farrakhan's wife. You can clearly see there's a connection between all of them because they all have the same goddamn paymaster.
Throw them daggers, Tahuti.
Look at Farrakhan at the United Nations, right? You know what United Nations stand for? 33. The letter U is 21, and the letter number 14. I mean the number N is 14. So that's 33. That's the New World Order right there. And you can see right here the 666. Who these damn devils he up here begging. Look at this man over here, Chavez, right? So we can clearly see. Why would he be sitting up at the UN? Is he in there talking about Darfur? Is he in there talking about them damn white Arabs over there enslaving Africans? Hell no. He in there begging them. Okay, that's Darfur. He not in there talking about Darfur. Let's go on. Right here. Never again. A new pledge for the Jewish community. The Quran clearly said, whoever takes the Christians and Jews for a friend is an abomination. The Quran said it. That ain't my book. That's his book. Look at Farrakhan sitting there goddamn puffing to these damn Jews. Look at him. There he go again with these goddamn Jews. Take a look. I'm not making this shit up. He's in bed with the Jews. He's not only in bed with the Jews, he's in bed with the government. He's an FBI agent. Now, you see this cup right here? This is called a chalice. They're making a blood oath.
Oh, no.
Inside the chalice is symbolic wine. Now, pay close attention. Pay close attention. A lot of this shit don't go over your head. Just go do your research. Now, check this out. What the hell is he doing?
Hugging and kissing him.
He hugging and kissing. He let that goddamn Jew kiss him in his mouth.
Oh, no.
But he won't forgive Khalid Muhammad. He won't forgive Khalid Muhammad. But he'll let a goddamn Jew kiss him in his goddamn mouth. I didn't make that shit up.
Hell no, Tahuti.
I'm just bringing you the facts.
That's all.
Too close, God.
All right. What you see right here, because he said I didn't have no government files. I couldn't put it all up there, so goddamn many. This here, the FBI files, the CIA file, the SHCA document. Go do your research. This is called the Warren Commission. You know what the Warren Commission is about? The Warren Commission is about the murder of J.F. Kennedy, the president, right?
That's right.
So these files ain't even about the Nation of Islam. It's about the murder of J.F. Kennedy. Why would Elijah Muhammad's name pop up in the goddamn Warren Commission? Why would it? I'm going to tell you why.
Why, Tahuti?
I'm going to tell you why. In this letter to Harris, it was reported that Gregory stated that the assassination of President Kennedy was masterminded by J. Edgar Hoover and H.L. Hunt. Pay close attention to that name. And when you leave here, go do your research. Gregory claimed that the Warren Commission had two reports. Had two reports on the assassination and knew of the directors, that's J. Edgar Hoover, and Hunt's participation. However, they did not release the true facts of chaos, they did not release the true facts as chaos would result. Gregory alleged the director was one of the plotters due to a falling out with the Kennedys, and the former attorney general had been appointed to watch over him and slowly ease him out of the FBI. Gregory claimed to have positive proof H.L. Hunt financed the black Muslims, but such proof was confidential. Gregory also alleges the FBI had him under constant surveillance and would someday in the near future put an end to his life. Further, that prior to this assassination of President Johnson was aware of the plot, but was powerless to stop it because to do so would admit the FBI and the intelligence hierarchy controlled the country. Now, I know y'all not going to take my word for it, so I brought somebody back from the grave to tell you. But first, that's H.L. Hunt. This guy right here is a billionaire. He's a Texas oil man, right? Elijah Muhammad was in bed with him, along with the Ku Klux Klan. I know you're not going to take my word for it, but I got a surprise for you. Okay, that's him again. Now I got to come off the stage for this.
Go ahead.
Let's get it over here. Okay. Hold this. Can y'all hear that? Yes, sir.
His financial support comes from a rich man in Texas. I heard that while I was in the movement. I heard his boy sometimes left the movement. A rich man in Texas. You can look up here, you can look up his name. But the FBI knows that too. But they still don't touch it. And the other time I've seen a man, and this rich man who lives in Texas, by the way, lived in Dallas. The headquarters was in Dallas. His money is in Dallas. The same city where President John F. Kennedy was assassinated. And never have I seen a man in my life more afraid, more frightened than he might come on for John F. Kennedy was assassinated. I've never in my life seen a man as frightened as he was. And when I made the statement that I did, while he almost banked up behind me, because they were all kinds of implications to it that at that time were way above what the young mind understand. Now you may wonder, why is it so important to many interests for the Black Muslim movement to remain? But I told you, that's no medicine, no uncompromising, no dissatisfied black people in America in it. Many have left us, many are still in it. The fear that has been, that if anything happens to the life of Muhammad and the black Muslim movement was to crumble, that all of those militants who burned within it and held in check will immediately become involved in the civil rights struggle, and they would add the same kind of energy to the civil rights struggle that they gave to the black Muslim movement. And there's a great fear, you know yourself, white people don't like for black people to get involved in anything to do with civil rights unless those black people are nonviolent, loving, patient, forgiving, and all of that. And the Americans have been very disruptive on part of any factions that threat to suppress news that would open the eyes of Muslims who are following the Muhammad. They continue to think it's like they get prophets of prayer who will get the messages direct from God and the untouchable things of that sort. Telling you the truth. But they do know that if something were to happen and all these brothers were their eyes were to come over, they would be right out there in every one of these civil rights organizations, taking these up-and-down Negro leaders, standing outside like men instead of running around there as non-violently acting like men. So they hope that Elijah Muhammad remains there to heal for a long time, because we know that any organization that he said, it will not do anything in the struggle that the black man is confronted with in this country. Look at what the black man they can get. They were violent, they were violent to go to work. Yes, they were Muslim money. But they were found in whole calculated time. And that is one time that they've been involved in any violence against the group of men. They're capable. They're qualified.
One.
They know how to do it.
Malcolm said that not at one time did they throw a rock or say boo to the damn Ku Klux Klan. Right? They never said anything. Let's move on. the Ku Klux Klan, and right here you can see the Aryan Nation sitting up at Savior's Day. Why the hell would the Aryan Nation be sitting up at Savior's Day? You mean to tell me your Savior, Allah, you're going to let the damn Klan come up there and sit there? One more time, y'all. One more time. Let me sit up here real quick. I'm sorry about that. Just hold on. This is very important. Okay. God damn it. All right. All right, I got to move on because this ain't working right. All right. Okay, no problem. We're going to move on. We're going to move on. I apologize for that. Okay, the point is, in 1960, Malcolm X. All right, let me stop this. Oh, shit, man. Okay, I apologize for that. Turn this on. Alright, I apologize for that. Anyway, Malcolm X said, and you go back and do your research on this. Malcolm X said in 1960, he was at the house of Minister Jeremiah. He said that he was ashamed of it. But he sat at the table with the heads of the Ku Klux Klan to make a deal with some high officials in the government to get some land down in North Carolina so that it would make Elijah Muhammad's program of separation seem more feasible. Now, you can go out and get the Laughing Lieutenant and you can check that out for yourself. All right, but I got to move on. Okay, but instead of the Nation of Islam having us out here freedom fighting, right? They doing the same thing that the damn Christians are doing, got us waiting on Jesus Christ to come back. But instead of us waiting on Jesus Christ, they tell you that Farad Muhammad is going to come back on the mothership and save your ass.
Come on, John.
Now I want y'all to think about how stupid that shit sounds.
Jeez, Tahuti.
That the mothership is going to come back and destroy white America. You can't be serious. Let's go into this. Why did Farad Muhammad come telling us that Arabia was our homeland when he knew that it was overran with pale Arabs? Elijah said, white folks can't go to Mecca. That's what he said. That's what he taught Malcolm in them. Until Malcolm went there and seen white folks all over there. But to answer this question, let's go into the lessons of the Nation of Islam. It says in the 1 to 14, the 6th degree, why does the devil call our people Africans?
Answer this one out.
To make our people of North America believe that the people on that continent are the only people they have and are all savages. He said that the people in Africa are savages.
Oh, God.
He bought a trading post in the jungle of that continent. The original people live on this continent. They are the ones who strayed away from civilization and are living a jungle life. The original original people call this continent Asia, but the devil's calling Africa. To try to divide them, he wants us to think that we are all different. Bullshit. Now, in the history of the tribe of Shabazz, Elijah Muhammad told us the people who strayed away from Islam and the root of civilization went into the jungles of East Africa to live a jungle life. These people's features changed from straight hair into soft, hard, big lips, right? And noses and nappy hair. Why do you think all the women in the Nation of Islam got perms?
Come on, Tahuti.
Why do you think all of the high officials, and I'm light-skinned, but why do you think all of them are light-skinned? See, because they want to be like their master, like white man. Hold on. Wesley Muhammad in one of his lectures said, this is the true Arab. Take a look at it.
No, you didn't.
How the hell is that the true Arab? That's all they God. That's Shiva. Look at the woolly hair. Look at the big noses and the woolly hair on Shiva. So how the hell could those goddamn Dravidian Indians that mix with them damn crackers be the true Arabian? Bullshit.
You go at him now. Yeah.
Now, this is me at the museum. Take a look at it. You see this man right here? This is the true Arab. He's called the Himalayites. The Sabians. Go to the goddamn museum yourself and see. You can see the woolly hair. Now look over here in Asia. That's Buddha. That's me standing next to Buddha with the woolly hair. How the hell is he talking about the original man had straight hair?
Wow.
Bullshit.
Wow.
You can't get no more original than that. That's the Twa man.
That's right.
That's the Twa.
That's right.
Now where's they damn straight hair? Where's the straight hair on them? They trying to sell us to that goddamn white pale Arab religion. Ain't no such thing as an African Islam.
That's right.
It's bullshit.
That's right.
Nappy hair is divine.
That's right.
It's the choice of God. And all the powers of world religion, God himself has kinky, nappy hair. According to the Bible, where God or the Ancient of Days is described as having hair like pure wool. Daniel chapter 7, verse 9. The power that causes galaxies to spiral and planets and atoms to spin, that causes the double helix spiral of the DNA molecule. This same spiraling power causes spiraling hair.
That's right, Tahuti.
Otherwise known as nappy, kinky, curly, frizzy, wavy, and woolly hair. The words spin, spiral, and spiritual have common roots. The supreme power spins. It spirals because it is spiritual. It moves or spirals the universe. The entire universe dances in spirals and rotations. Everything in it reflects the spiraling spiritual essence out of which it is made. The spiraling, especially the golden spiral, is simultaneously the most profound motion and design in the universe, built into all life forms, from seashells to man, to spiraling nappy hair. Your blood spirals through your veins, plants spiral up from the soil, and nappy hair spirals up to the root. The same way my hair spirals into a black fist, black power. God damn, I'm not going to get through all of this, but I promise you I'm going to do another lecture so you can get all of this. According to the Nation of Islam, oh shit, I only got 5 minutes, hold on. Let's go through this shit, man. See? This is the most important part. There you go, Farad Muhammad, right? This is the man on the FBI files. They said they're not the same people, but let me show you something. And the message, and Elijah Muhammad stated in the book, Message to the Black Man, page 24 to 25, that Master Farad Muhammad went to jail in 1932 and also in 1933. I just said, Elijah said, peace. Here we go. Front line of the newspaper, Robert Kareem Harris. That is an original paper from Detroit. Yeah, nigga. of Islam. Check it out now. Right here, you can clearly see W.D. Farrar. That's him right there. You see that picture? Those are the police photos. In 1932, the FBI did not know about the Nation of Islam. So, see, okay, let's move on. This is what they went in the temple and took out. You see these books? These are the original lessons from the temple. These are the police photos. Okay? The police right here, when they found this book right here, The Secret Ritual of Islam. There it is right there, The Secret Ritual of Islam. In that book, it tells a Muslim that in order to be a good Muslim, you gotta murder an unbeliever or one of the four devils. Okay? The police, when they questioned this man, they said, you know, when his brother came forward and told him that he got the teaching from Farrar Muhammad. Now you know and I know, if you are the leader of a cult, and this man is implicated in a murder, that the man who wrote those teachings would be arrested for conspiracy to murder, right?
Yes, sir.
That's right. This is where they went and got him out of. Okay, there you go right there. I'm going to get through this real quick. Okay, that's Yugan Ali. Elijah Muhammad was not no damn messenger of Allah. There go Farrar's right-hand man. Elijah wasn't even on. He was just a lonely little, one of the lost and found. That's his right-hand man that got arrested with him. Nowhere in the paper article do they talk about Elijah. Okay, now this is Farrar in 33 when they took him out of the jail. Let me get you this. Right here, take a look at Farrar. That's him right there, right? He's sitting down with the police officers telling them that this is a goddamn racket. Let me move on. This 1926 photo and 1933 photo, they say that's not the same man. Let's take a look at it. This is called computer morphing. Look at this. We're going to line up everything. Take a look. You see, go here. You see the outline? You see the outline? Watch the ears and the eyebrow. Right here, they line up to be the same man. Let's move on. Right here, we start here, and we see right here, you can clearly see this is the same man. But let me give you the understanding of why this photo is here. Hold on, real quick. This is not even a picture. It's a painting. The painting was done by Herbert Muhammad. It's not a real photo. It is a enhanced copy of Farrar. Now, let me show you what they did. You see the police officer right there? They took the hairstyle of this cop and put it on Farrar. Check him out. Check him out. I didn't make that up. Check him out. Why would he rock? If he's such the original man, why is he wearing a goddamn German hairstyle? That's a white man. All right? Now, this is going to blow your mind. Because they said that Farrar, see, in 1926, he was in the temple, okay, he was in the temple with Noble Jew Ali. That's right. Okay, right here, let's get to the fruit of it. Sister Carrie Muhammad, who heard his first address, stated that he himself said, "My name is W.D. Farrar, and I came from the holy city of Mecca. More about myself I will not go into yet, for the time has not come. I am your brother, for you have not yet seen me in my holy robes." There you go, right there, y'all. I gotta throw that up so y'all can see this. I'm gonna give you, that's the nigga right there. Right there, next to Noble Jew Ali. His name was David Ford L. Go do your damn research. Black Power. Black Power.
What's the subject matter?
Fire! Somehow I believe more fire.
Indeed. Yeah, I know.
Black power. Black power. There you go, baby.
I want everybody to remember what the topic of the discussion is here tonight.
Come on.
Is Islam an African religion
Yes, sir.
or a white Arab religion? That's the topic of the discussion tonight.
Oh, is it?
So I want everybody in the audience
I can't tell.
to use your own common sense if the people are staying on point with the topic. Okay?
Right.
Peace. We're going to bring on Brother Muhammad. Brother True Islam. This is a wonderful evening.
Yes, sir.
I thank my brother, Reverend Chuck Singleton.
Yes, sir.
Natural Tahuti. For all of those assists he threw me. I thank you for those alley-oops. I would not let them go in vain. First things first.
Yes, sir.
First things first. You think you're dealing with a type of people you really not. You think that we are impressed by you putting pictures on the screen and ain't giving us your interpretation. You put words on the screen and don't give us any citation.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Think the scholarship is putting photos on the screen and telling us what it means. Don't tell me your interpretation.
There you go.
Give me the documentation.
Speak on it.
But I know who trained you. And I gotta say that will work with Ali Bay, but that ain't working up in here tonight.
There you go. There you go. Woo!
Now, second thing, don't lie on me. See, I came with documentation. Because what I say, I'm going to give the evidence.
There you go.
I don't expect you to believe me, because I damn don't believe you. So what you say, I want documentation. He put all of those words on the screen. He didn't give one source. And see, he can impress you with videos, but my table ain't empty. I came with documentation, not speculation. I didn't come to entertain. Come on.
Pull the card. Pull the card.
You lied on me.
You entertainer.
You lied on me. He said that in one of my lectures, I said some white, whatever he showed, was the original Arab. In my lecture, the African, or the origin of Islam in the ghetto scholarship, that shit gonna end tonight.
That's right.
In my lecture, the origin of Islam in the ghetto scholarship, I said this was the original Arabian. If you're gonna quote me right. Now, there's a reason he talks a lot, but doesn't give any evidence. He says the FBI said in their files that Master Farad Muhammad and Wallenstein Ford were the same. But he doesn't have those files. He put serial numbers on the screen and think we're gonna go for that. But
Go ahead. Go ahead. Bring it out. Go on. Bring it out. Bring it out. Bring it out. There you go. There you go.
I'm gonna show you why he didn't bring him. I'm gonna show you what's in the FBI file and prove to you that he is here trying to swindle you on behalf of his white Arab slave master. He wants to render unto
clean.
Come on.
The soldiers should have got that.
In 1956, the FBI discovered Wallace died Ford in its quest to locate W.D. Farrar. They did a year investigation on Wallace died Ford. They interviewed Hazelbert. They sent agents to New Zealand and contacted his family.
That's right.
At the end of their year-long investigation of Wallace died Ford, they produced a correlation summary summarizing a 52-page correlation summary. They summarized their conclusion, and this is what they said. They said it was not definitely determined whether the individual referred to as W.D. Farrar in paragraphs 2 and 5 above was identical with the subject of this summary, W.D. Ford. They said it was not definitely determined. But he said the FBI concluded that Wallace died Ford and W.D. Farrar were the same. That's why he just spoke. He didn't have any documentation. FBI file CG 2532097. He just put the serial number up there. And think we're supposed to believe him when he tells us what it is. I am not a child and I am not your damn slave. You show me. And I'm going to show you.
Go ahead.
In connection with efforts to disrupt and curb the growth of the Nation of Islam, extensive research has been conducted. In efforts to do what? Disrupt and curb the growth of the Nation of Islam. Extensive research has been conducted into various files maintained by this office. Among those files reviewed was that of Wallace died Ford, which they concluded was not definitely determined that they were the same. It is felt that if the whereabouts of Allah, of who?
Allah.
If this FBI file, if the whereabouts of Allah could be inconclusively determined, that inconclusive. The impact on the lives of Muhammad and his followers would be tremendous. It could well serve to make Muhammad appear ridiculous. The lie that Wallace died Ford and W.D. Farrar are the same as part of the counterintelligence program to disrupt and curb the Nation of Islam. They had determined that in 1957 they could not determine that they were the same one. But they got more firm on the non-identity in 1963. Because in 1962, the agents who they sent to New Zealand contacted Ford's relatives, a cousin, showed him a picture of W.D. Farrar, and he said he is not him. And in August 2nd, 1963, J. Edgar Hoover, the lie that he is trying to sell you originated in a Los Angeles Herald Examiner article written by Ed Montgomery. Ed Montgomery got his files, was sent to him by the FBI. Black Muslim founder exposed as a white. Reverend Chuck Singer, I'm sorry, Brother Nathan Tahuti. Said that the FBI determined that the two were identical. This article was sent to the FBI, or a caller called the FBI, inquiring about that article, inquiring about whether W.D. Farrar and Ford were the same. This letter, August 2nd, 1963, from J. Edgar J. Edgar Hoover says, Farad has been reported to be both Negro and white. However, fingerprint cards, he said fingerprint cards are ironclad. Is that what he said?
Yes, sir.
He wants us to believe the fingerprint card. Well, J. Edgar Hoover said fingerprint cards and identification division records at time of arrest, so his color was white and of Arabian descent. Not New Zealand, man. If you're going to quote the documents, quote them right. You lied on me. You lied on the FBI. The FBI don't need help lying. From the director to the special agent in charge of Chicago. That's why he don't have these documents. They'll bite him on his ass. File 253300971, August 12, 1974. The director says, as the Bureau is aware, efforts were made in 1963 to verify the birth and identity of Wallace Farad or Wallace Don. These attempts met with negative results.
Come on, man.
He showed you some pictures.
That's right. Come on.
And then he lies about what the actual photo said. That picture of Farad and the two detectives, it has a caption on it. He said, the caption says, he confessed to the detectives that his racket, he's racketeering. May I see that book, the Book of God, sir? We said,
Isn't it?
this is that picture. What the captain actually said, what the captain, Chuck Singleton, says it said, was, I confess my racket. What it actually says is, here's my authority. Wallace Farad, head of the Order of Islam, explains from his Bible to detectives the workings of his cult. It was an offshoot of the Order of Islam which led Robert Harris, Negro, to slay James Smith in a cult right police charge. Farad is head. That's what the caption says. It says nothing about a racket. Who did you think you were coming to debate?
That's right.
Now let me get to the subject.
Right.
Because I'm the only one dealing with the subject. That was a worthy detour. You want me to dance with you all night, but I'm not. I got a woman. Dr. Yosef Ben Yaakov.
Come on.
Says in his two important books, The Black Man's North and East Africa and African Origin of the Major Western Religions. He says, quote, the name Allah was the origin of the later word Allah or Supreme God. Dr. Ben says Muhammad ibn Abdullah lost Allah in the Arabian Peninsula at Mecca. I love Dr. Ben. I honor Dr. Ben and I respect his liberation scholarship. But Dr. Ben on this point, but consequential point, is wrong. As Arthur J, Canadian Islamicist, documents and affirms the name Allah was well known in pre-Islamic Arabia. Indeed, both it and its feminine form, Allah, are found not infrequently among the Theophorus names and inscriptions from North America.
From Arabia.
North Arabia. He said Muhammad lost Allah. Muhammad, born in the 6th century, lost Allah. and created the name, the god Allah, from the female goddess Allah in the 6th century. Here are old Syrian inscriptions dated from 165 CE, inscribed on the temple, a sanctuary in Sumarta Herbesi, Syria. The Arabic Syria says, I, Teradati, son of Adonai, governor of the Arabs, built this altar and set up a pillar for Mar Allah, Lord Allah. 400 years before Muhammad was ever born, there was a sanctuary in Syria with inscriptions dedicated to the Lord Allah. How could Muhammad have lost something that existed 400 years before he was born, but more hundreds and thousands of years before he was born? When
Oh, go ahead.
in Allah, before Islam, in this article, in the Muslim Journal, on my site, truthofgodinstitute.com. I have this whole article uploaded. He says, go research it for yourself. He don't give us anything to go research.
Right.
He don't give us any source. He don't give us any citation. He give us pictures in his comedic interpretation.
Right.
Keep that. We don't want that, man. We want to know what it's worth.
There you go.
When it documents in Central and North Arabia, 500 BCE, 1,000 years before Muhammad, there are hundreds of inscriptions, Leonide Talmudic inscriptions invoking Allah. Like this, I brought the inscriptions. Because this is about documentation, not speculation. Oh Allah, God without offspring, in thee George, 1,000 years before Muhammad, there are inscriptions invoking Allah as God. Who are these invokers of Allah as God? The Leonide inscriptions were written by the Banu Lithyan, the Banu tribe of Lithyan. The tribe of Lithyan was a subgroup of a broader tribe called Hudayr. What do we know about Hudayr? The Encyclopedia of Islam tells us their skins were black and shiny. These were black worshippers of Allah. Your skin ain't black and shiny. Talking all this black talking, this anti-light skin talk. These worshippers of Allah were 1,000 years before Muhammad, were black worshippers of Allah. Who are they? These Leonite, these black worshippers of Allah, 1,000 years before Muhammad, were remnants of the original population of Arabia. Who was the original population of Arabia? Well, Nobu Rashid tells us in his book, African presence in early Asia. African presence in early Asia. The Arabian Peninsula was, like much of Asia, first populated by black people. Some of the surviving black populations, known as the Bedouins, are major portions of the Mahra population, still found in the extremities of Arabia. This is a black Arab. You doubted its existence. Here's a black Arab. Here's a black Arab. Mahra Arab. These are the first worshippers in Allah, in Arabia, and on the planet. But let's go further. Arabia, those Arabians who founded the worship of Allah were Africans. For Arabia, we know, is but Northeast Africa. As Maurice Otasi tells us in the annual review of anthropology, the Arabian Peninsula is the geological extension of Africa. Physically, the peninsula is a part of Africa, landscaped by the same geological and climate processes as the Eastern Sahara and the Ethiopian highlands. In general, Africa is the continuation. Arabia is the continuation of the African system across the Red Sea. That is one corner, one room in our global house. And what took place in Arabia
what black folks in Arabia contributed to the onward march of civilization, they are African contributions to the onward march of civilization. And one of the things they contributed to the onward march of civilization is Islam. Now, because I detoured to deal with some of that off-topic mess that he put out there, some of my main argument I'm going to have to put to my rebuttal. There are temples. No, let me go. One of the contributions the Africans in Arabia made to the onward march of civilization is Semitism. I know you can't read the brother say that. I'll translate it for you. One of the contributions they made to the onward march of civilization is Semitic culture and the Semitic language. We were the first speakers of Semitism. The so-called proto-Semites were people who migrated from the heart of Africa into the Levant 9,000 years ago. Werner Down, a German Orientalist, in his important book, Ursemitic Religion, meaning proto-Semitic religion, he was able to, on the basis of the epigraphic evidence, the hard data, reconstruct the religion or aspects of the religion of the original proto-Semites, those first black speakers of Semitic language. And he tells us that the God of those ancient black Semites was a biliteral term written with two letters, two Semitic letters. One, a glottal stop, making a sound ah. The second, a dark egg, making a sound ah. The biliteral pronunciation of the biliteral name of the God of the Semites was Allah. That's right. This biliteral Allah evolved orthographically into the quadrilateral Arabic Allah. What that means is that 9,000 years ago, black Semites worship Allah. And Allah, the proto-Semitic Allah, Werner Down tells us, was a black god represented by a black bull whose hide denoted his black skin. There are temples in Arabia today, in southern Arabia, dedicated to the black god Allah. We go back to the 2nd millennium. But one of these temples, the ancient Bahrain temple, dedicated to Allah, Makam, God or Allah, God of walls. On this temple, the black god, on the temple, you see his symbol, which is a crescent moon and a solar orb. Because the symbol of the black god Allah in antiquity was the crescent moon and solar orb. Just as the symbol of the black god Allah today is a crescent moon and a solar orb. How much time do I have? 17 minutes. You say I saw Uwakwa. And that makes sense. Neither Medunetta nor an error. But I won't nitpick tonight. You say I saw Uwakwa. Well, let's see. I saw. Let's see.
Teach, Muhammad.
J. Wayne Griffiths, in his study, The Origins of Osiris and His Cult, the earliest evidence for the cult of Osiris is still confined to the closing phases of the 5th dynasty. His name occurs in a pyramid text of Wenus and Saqqara, and Wenus is the last king of the 5th dynasty. His name also occurs in the private mastabas of this dynasty, especially in the offering formula. In 1980, this book was written. He confirms at that time the earliest evidence we have for the worship, for the existence of Asa, was in the 24th century. The pyramid text in some form. That was 1980. Has anything been found differently? Well, let's see. Well, John Amadsa, Russian Egyptologist, in her book Osiris, Death and Afterlife of a God. The first representation of Osiris was found on a relief of King Jedkara, of the 5th dynasty. The 5th dynasty. This is the earliest representation of Asa in existence. This is the fragment. This is Osiris's body. We know this is him because his throne and the eye, which are the hieroglyphs for his name. 2400 BCE is when we have Asa. If you can produce, not your speculation, give me a reference to Asa prior to this fragment. Allah, on the other hand,
Carry it right now.
Allah, on the other hand, don't do that. We respect him.
All right. Respect.
I know why. Studies in 3rd millennium Sumerian and Akkadian names. The Akkadians were black Semites who entered Mesopotamia and mixed with the Sumerians 4000 BCE. The oldest literature we have of Akkadian are Akkadian Sumerian personal names, or lists of personal names. And in the list, in the text, from the Pharaoh period, 27 to 2600 BCE, 2 centuries before Osiris makes an appearance. Allah makes an appearance in the Akkadian text from 2600 BC. You have Iku Allah. Allah has proved true. You have Inna Allah. Mercy, oh Allah. 200 years, 2 centuries prior to the first physical evidence of Asa. You have physical evidence of Allah. Get it right. How much time, boy? 13 minutes. 13 minutes. Let me go here. Let me go.
Handle your business, God.
Oh, he mentioned the Himyarites. He didn't mention them, right? You want to try to press you that he know a little bit about the subject at hand. I'm glad you did that. What do we know about the Himyarites? Mister, there is no Islam before Muhammad. Mister, there is no African Islam. And then you invoke the Himyarites? D.S. Margolis says, it may be said with practical certainty that the name Muslim existed with religious value before Muhammad's time, and that the word Islam was known already to the Prophet and other persons in the sense of monotheists. It was practically certain in 903. By 1985, it was absolutely certain that the worship, the veneration of Allah was called Islam before Muhammad. Who called it Islam before Muhammad? M.J. Kishner, in his article, in Jerusalem Studies in Arabic and Islam. His article, Labayk Allahumma Labayk, on a monotheistic aspect of a Jahili practice. He documents that prior to Muhammad's reform movement, the Arabs of Arabia would travel to the Mecca and participate in a ritual, the climax of which is they're giving us talbiyah. They're saying, here I am, O Allah, in your august presence. History documents 17 different tribes in the way they gave the Tahuti. And he mentions specifically the Tahuti of Himyar is significant. The Himyarites, the ones Reverend Chuck Singleton, Brother Natural Tahuti involved. What do we know about Himyar? In their Tahuti, they say they are before Allah, Tanazul wa Islam. Avoided sin due to Islam. And who are the Himyarites? They travel to the Kaaba and invoke solitary veneration of Allah and call that Islam. Who are they? The name Himyar was given to the black race of Arabia. Drusilla Dungy Houston and Wayne Chandler and Ranoko Rashid. These black Himyarites are documented as practicing Islam before Muhammad. How much time? 10 minutes. But Brother Wesley, don't you contradict Elijah Muhammad?
Come on.
You said Muhammad was black. You contradict Elijah Muhammad. He mentioned hadith. I would like to see you bring some hadith. And let's deal with it. But you don't give me anything to deal with but your speculation. Was Muhammad black or white? A careful examination of history reveals that the Prophet Muhammad was of the black race and was black in complexion. Wayne Chandler, no. When I put quotes on him, I tell you who said it and where you can find it. He put words on there and just leave it at that. Don't tell us who said it. Don't tell us where we can find it at. Who you think is dealing with? Dr. Josephine Yakinen, in African origin of major Western religion, said Muhammad was in the family of the black race. Now let me get to it. But Brother Wesley, the hadith says Muhammad was a white man. Anas ibn Malik said, I hope he was born. It would have been fun of doing this. Anas ibn Malik, in his hadith, the hadith that they love to quote, said, referring to Muhammad, this white man referring on his own. Oh, the hadith said Muhammad is white. Brother Wesley, you're wrong. No, you are wrong. Anas ibn Malik also said the messenger of Allah, giving a description of him, a physical description of him, said, was a medium stature, neither tall nor short, of goodly build. His hair was neither curly nor completely straight. He had a dark brown complexion. How can he be referred by the same man as a white man and then described by that same man as having dark brown complexion? Is there a contradiction? Yeah, you are the contradiction. The contradiction is you are trying to act like you are teaching Islamic history, but you can't deal with the source. I bought the Arabic.
7 minutes.
I bought the Arabic. Because white man, Raju Abyad in Arabic, doesn't mean what we say white means. Ibn Manzur, the San al-Arab, the most important Arabic lexicon, classical Arabic lexicon of the 14th century. I've got it right here. When the Arabs say that a person is white, Abyad, they mean that he has a pure, clean, faultless integrity. They don't mean that he has white skin. If they meant his complexion was white, they said ahmar, red. The color of most of the Arabs is dark. Adahabi and Siyar says, when the Arabs say a person is Abyad, white, they mean he is black with a light brownish undertone. White Abyad in classical Arabic meant luminous. To say his complexion was white, they used ahmar, red. White Abyad, when referring to the Arabs, meant black with the glow. But you say say that's not what Elijah Muhammad taught. You say Brother Wesley contradicts Elijah Muhammad. No, I contradict your half-baked research. 1972, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that Muhammad was here 1,400 years ago was a white man. He sounded like Anas ibn Malik. Well, it's not the only time Elijah Muhammad sounded like Anas ibn Malik. 1957, Pittsburgh Courage. All who hate Islam use those same false charges against Muhammad and Islam. And as I have said before in this column, Muhammad was a member of the black nation, and the white race by nature is against black male leadership. In this article, the truth is confirmed. He says, the white race rejects the religion of Al-Islam, its God, its holy book, because it's a universal truth. And that both the Arab prophet Muhammad and Jesus were dark men and brothers of the darker nation, though the white race naturally objects to being a follower of a black prophet. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says in Message to the Black Man, Muhammad is an Arab, was a member of the black nation. 3 times he said he was black and dark. Then he said he was a white man. The same way Anas ibn Malik said he was a white man but said he was dark. White meaning luminous. Now, we don't know what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad meant. But we know that his 2 statements, and he's a Muslim, and he said Arabic was our language. He said we should study Arabic. So Arabic is a point of reference for him. Anas ibn Malik said the same thing the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. We have every reason to interpret the Arabic, Anas ibn Malik's 2 statements, and allow us to understand Honorable Elijah Muhammad's 2 statements. In any case, there's a precedent for Mr. Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Muslim, saying that Muhammad was both a white man and dark. You want to assume that he meant white the way you mean white. Why not assume he meant it the way the Islamic tradition said it? He said he was a Muslim.
All right, people, we're going to take a quick 15-minute break. Got some vendors out there.
Oh, cheap JC Penney suit wearing bean pie used car salesman come and tell you those damn lies. Did he show you any papyrus? He showed you some photocopies that he copied from a machine. But he didn't show you no original papyrus. You know why? Because they ain't got no damn papyrus. In order to have papyrus, you gotta go to the Nile Valley. Show us all law in the temples of Satan. Show us all law in the temple or in the tomb of Assad. He said that Assad was in the 5th dynasty and showed you some European authors. When Assad was clearly in the 1st dynasty. But Assad's not the oldest deity. Amun-Ra, Ptah, right? Had Haru go back millenniums. It's so her reign is so old, they don't even know how old. There is no such thing as an African Islam. Now, this was at the museum again. Prophet Muhammad's grandson. Right here, the original painting. Just go there and check it yourself. That is clearly a white man.
What's the date?
Clearly, he said that Muhammad was a black man. Show and prove it. Where are the pictures at? Now, he said, here we go, Elijah Muhammad did say that Prophet Muhammad of 1400 years ago was a white man. So, is he making his teacher wrong? Because Elijah said it, and guess what? Elijah didn't know no goddamn Arabic. So he couldn't have meant white men purity. Peace, Tahuti. Because white means death. Next time you get yeast And when your black ass die, and you go in that coffin, and the flesh right off your bones, you turn white. So white don't mean purity, it means death.
That's right.
But the only thing that is pure is the black man and the black woman.
That's right.
And he was correct. The hadiths surely show that Prophet Muhammad was white. And he also had black slaves. Here's one of the greatest, one of the most renowned scholars of Islam, Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyya, whatever the hell, I can't pronounce that shit.
Leave it alone.
Right? He said that they had slaves. See, you can't say the name Allah. You can't say Islam without blood, bones, and the ghost of slaves coming out your damn mouth. Elijah Muhammad told us that the Christian enslaved us, but he never told us 1,000 years prior to that it was Arabs, Muslims, who enslaved us. Now, there you go. There go your goddamn Prophet Muhammad with no face.
That's right.
Why they don't show his damn face? They tell you that it's shirk. Get the hell out of here with that bullshit. There you go again. These are original sources. They never show Prophet Muhammad's face. Show it to me. Show me Allah on the papyrus. You ain't got it. Because papyrus come from the Nile Valley.
That's right.
And if you ain't got papyrus, you ain't got paper.
That's right.
What y'all was writing on? That's what y'all was writing at. In the goddamn mud. Look at that white man and Elijah, and both of them got the Quran in their hand. So if he got the Quran in his hand, he must take responsibility for what's in it. Remember, he didn't come talking no Arabic, and he didn't teach them no damn Arabic. The Quran says, on the day of Yom Kippur, the day of resurrection, when some faces will become white, and some faces will become black. As for those whose faces will become black, to them will be said, did you reject your faith? After accepting it, then taste the torment of hell for rejection of faith. And for those whose faces will become white, they will be in the Lord's mercy. Don't tell me that white means purity.
That's right. Go in.
And look at that goddamn, look how they show the devil as a black man. And they showing you that the Arab putting a sword through the black man. That's what they doing. Okay, look at this little nigga that lost his mind. He done lost his goddamn mind praying down to Allah. Get the hell out of here. You can't even see that one, so let's go on. There you go. You can clearly see Ethiopia right here in the Red Sea, and right here was Yemen. In Yemen, the Himalayas, right, they were worshippers of Het Haru, because it is a known fact that Ethiopia was a matrilineal system.
That's right.
They worship the black woman. And I'm going to show you. I ain't going to tell it to you. Look at the Kaaba, right? The Kaaba, they was already had the black stone over there. Because I'm going to show you what it means. This is Alat. Alat is called the mother of the gods. That is a corruption of Het Haru. Het Haru is the mother of the gods. Let's move on. This is Het Haru. Although some Muslim hadiths assert that Abraham, the ancestor of the Anthian tribe of Arabs, had built up the Kaaba with the help of his son Ismail upon the instruction of Allah. More academically inclined, historians generally accepted that at the time of Muhammad began his preaching, there was no recollection of any Abraham or Ad tribe, nor Ishmael who had purportedly built it. There was instead a living tradition of matriarchal goddess worship and rites dating back to the ancestral Ethiopian Kush, where the matriarch goddess had been worshipped in its most developed form since the beginning of time. Now, clearly, this is Allah, and what you see around her is the zodiac sign. They clearly plagiarized ancient Kemet. This is Dandora, and right here in the middle is the hippopotamus, who is the form of the female goddess Haru. So you can clearly see this little lowly Arab, I'm not even going to say it, family, is a corruption of the black goddess Haru. When the Hebrews came out of there, they were worshiping the golden calf.
That's right.
This is the black mother of creation, Haru. That's who the hell Allah is. Muhammad's new religion, which had emphasized the mythological masculine ancestor Abraham, together with his Hebrew male proto-god, was antithetical to all known traditions of Mecca. The basic issue between Muhammad and his Quraysh prosecutors who drove his ass out of Mecca was that he had preached an alien and foreign philosophy which they could not understand nor tolerate. Most of Muhammad's own tribe, the Quraysh, were keepers of the Kaaba, and they officiated over the worship of the black female goddess Haru. Now, you see this little lowly Arab got his face stuck up in there because this is the symbol of Haru. That is the womb. They still worship her. That blackness on the inside represents the black womb of creation, Haru. You can clearly see, you see Osiris's penis right here. Now look on top. You see that moon? You see that moon? This is Asar's penis, and that is the womb of the black woman. Let's go further. That's the black hole in the universe where the sun was born from. Let's go on further. The neighboring countries regarded this region, Arabia, too worthless to maintain any contact with it. Even today, no communication exists with the neighbors. And if one was to come out of Mecca and Medina, one would cross no habitation, water, for a radius of 700 kilometers. And although its borders are to the Red Sea, this sea is to no avail as it affords no source of irrigation. It was too backward culturally and economically and even politically to have been able to influence any of its neighbors. In view of these conditions, what was it in the Islamic movement? Never mind that, let's move on. Now look at this little lowly ass Arab. I'm going to tell you why she got that shit on. Now look at, this is in Kemet. You see they have on linen cloth. She is bright from head to toe. Because you see that sun? See, if Islam was an African religion, it would be represented by the sun. Because we the sun people. Not no damn moon people. I'm going to tell you why. Let's move on. That's Allah. That's Allah right there. Your moon god. Because he's a goddamn moon deity. See, and then he talking about Allah was there always. No, it was Al-Illah. See, the Al is a definitive article in the Arabic language equivalent to in the English language, the. So Al-Illah meant the God. And they shortened it to be Allah. You can't show me Allah in the pyramid text. That's Allah right there. Do that look like an African deity? That little lowly ass Abraham? Now, this is Haru. You can see where they clearly plagiarized a lat. You see that moon right there? Those are those temples he was showing you. I'm going to show you what that shit is. You see that moon right there? And you see that moon right there. And you see them bowing down. Let me show it to you. Look at Elijah Muhammad. He got that moon on his crown. That's a white man's religion. Where's the sun? You see, that's why they were moon people. Because the sun will burn his goddamn ass up. That's why they worship the moon. The freaks come out at night. You see? There you go. That's the goddamn original. The sun. That's not the moon. Was they wearing all that hot shit to wrap their ass up from Ra, because Ra will burn their ass up. They hate the woman. An aspect of Islam commonly ignored ignored is the fact that Muhammad loved sodomizing young boys. So aside from the perversion of Islam in general, their great prophet Muhammad was a pedophile that enjoyed sodomizing boys. Islam is simply the most vile and perverse religion on earth. From Muhammad and the Quran, Surah 52, round about them will serve to them boys, handsome as pearls, well guarded. Surah 56:17, round about them will serve boys of perpetual freshness. Surah 76:19, round about them will serve boys of perpetual freshness. If thou shalt seest them, thou will stink their scattered pearls. Look at that damn lowly Arab kissing the boy in his mouth. Don't tell me about some Islam. Now look at Prophet Muhammad, a damn pedophile. It was a goddamn pedophile. How the hell you gonna take your 6-year-old daughter, Aisha, and marry her, and then consummate the marriage at 9 years old? I won't send my daughter to no damn Islam. I'll chop off your damn head. Now you can clearly see this was Himalayite. You can see the phallus of Asad. You can see right here where they plagiarized it. Look at it, that's the cover. Look where they took it from. They plagiarized ancient Kemet. Let's go further. They were worshiping Haru. Now you can see where the little lowly ass Arab copied it from the ancient Kemites. I didn't make that shit up. I don't need to put no scholarship up there. Look at that. You'll see clearly this little lowly ass Arab copied it from the black woman. You can clearly see it. This is factual. You can clearly see where they plagiarized it. Let's go on. This is the Rasta. If Islam was in Arabia, if Allah was in Arabia, why the hell Zoroaster wasn't preaching it? He was preaching the gospel of Ra, and this is Iran. He's an Arab. Look up there. You see that wing disc? You see that fire? That's Ra. Let's show it to you, family. You see right here? That's the Rasta, and that's Ra. Right there, you can clearly see it. Even in modern day, look at it. You can clearly see where they plagiarized the wings of the sun disc. Clearly. Right there. There goes Dr. Ben. Right there. The Grand Master Teacher. You can clearly see it. You can clearly see it. Look at it. You see their enemies right here. You see this black one? He's a convert to these little lowly ass Arabs. And the Kemites and the damn Kemites had to crush them. You can see this is in Iran where they plagiarized it. You can clearly see the little lowly Arab right there and where they plagiarized it from the African of the Nile Valley. You can clearly see Ra, and you see that little lowly Arab, and you see that right there, that sun disc. That's fire. Okay? In the Bible, it says, that ye shall say, they servants, thy servants' trade have been about cattle from our youth until even now. Both we and our forefathers, that ye may dwell in the land of Goshen. For every shepherd is an abomination of the Egyptians. And the Hyksos and the Arab is the same damn man.
That's right.
They're a desert wanderer. That's what Arab means. Right. The black people from Kush never called themselves Arabs. You can clearly see their enemies were the Asiatics. Let's move on. And there go the little lowly cat. They was cattle worship. They was cattle men. Them niggas was folding up tents.
That's right. That's right.
What the hell was they writing? Show it to me. Now, let me show you how they're plagiarizing it today. You see, right here, you can clearly see it. You can clearly see the black Tutankhamun, and this is what they got that little lowly ass white boy up there now, right? This is where they plagiarized the Virgin Mary. Now, your Quran teaches that Jesus and Mary was real, but here it is, right here. You see it right there. You see the black goddess Aset. Now you see that little white girl like Isis. where they plagiarized it. You see the black god of Psalm? You can clearly see that that's the rappers that turned into Jesus.
That's right.
You see Marcus Garvey, Black Power movement, and you can clearly see that little white man. You see him? You see him? You see what they did? Now, if Islam was in Africa and if Muslims was in ancient Kemet, why would they let those Arabs take our ancestors out the ground and put them on display?
That's right.
That's Islam. I don't want to be down with it. You see the babies right there. Those Arabs did that. The Muslim. God damn it, I'm mad. Now you can see a set in Hebrew. There go Joseph, Mary, and Jesus. So what the hell is the Quran talking about? There's no Jesus and Mary. What? There you go right there. The original. There you go right there. There you go right there. What the Quran is talking about. There you go right there. I'm not even gonna get into that, man. That's no fire. We can even move on from that. There it is. That's what Islam has done to Africa right now. Brothers and sisters, do not let them sell you back to the plantation. You can't say Allah in Islam without mentioning the black slaves. See, Assad is all over the planet. That's Cusco in Mexico. The black god. Where's Allah? There go Best, the oldest. Not Allah. Where was Allah when this was around? Show it to me. Show it to me. There you go again, Mexico. There go the African god Best. Show it to me. Don't put no damn carbon copies. He didn't show you no manuscript. Show it to me written on the wall. Show it to me in a statue.
That's right. Peace out, homie.
There go, this is Krishna, the black god. There go Vishnu and his wife. There you go again. There go the black god. It's right there. You can see it. There you go. There you go. You can see it. Man, should I go on? Man, this shit is clear. There's no debate. There was no Islam in Africa.
Yo, Tahuti, you got it, baby. You got it.
Brother Tahuti.
He ain't ready for you, Tahuti. No, he ain't starting. He ain't starting.
We need the audience to be quiet, please. You in the front row. All right, we're going to bring Brother True Islam back on for his closing remarks. Y'all got to be careful with your mic, though, all right? Y'all enjoying this so far?
Yes, sir.
Are y'all learning anything so far? Are we all brothers and sisters up in here tonight?
Yes, sir.
Get your questions ready because it's going to be quick, all right?
Did Brother Tahuti try to accuse me of not having sources, yet continue staying on the same track of putting pictures in cartoons, in comic books, and thinking that is documentation? I have given you documentation. Even if you want to challenge mine, at least come with more documentation. You think that pictures in your comedic interpretation is scholarship. That is online scholarship. Your logic was all fallacious. I could go through, you said 100 things that were historically wrong. Then he said, I don't need no damn scholarship because you ain't got no damn scholarship. You making it up and you hope that you are entertaining enough that we will give you a passport, but you get no pass. That pass that said he handed to you is revoked. Yes, sir. Donald B. Redford, from slave to pharaoh, the black experience in ancient Egypt. If you are serious about this subject, you better have it in your library. Several rulers of the first dynasty left their names on rock drawings, indicating bellicose military activity in either Lower Nubia or the southeastern desert. And analytic labels and ivories from Proto-Dynastic Egypt confirm that the warlike stance of contemporary kings had adopted towards the south, towards Nubia. Talk about Egypt's bellicose activity towards Nubia. Shortly they were to realize also that Nubia could provide substantial quantities of manpower. And these rulers would raid the south for slaves. For Nubia, the result was disastrous. The promising culture of the A group peoples was swept away. And Lower Nubia suffered a setback in its ongoing development from which it was not to recover for 1,000 years. The evidence that has survived suggests that slave expeditions were mounted on a grand scale. The immediate result of such bondage in mass must have been the depopulation of Lower Nubia. This is the first recorded slave raid in history of Nubia. It is Kemet raiding Nubia and taking slaves.
Say it again.
You get Wretched Kush by Stuart Typhon Smith, British Egyptologist, writer. Why is it titled Wretched Kush? Because the ancient Egyptians didn't call Kush. They called it Wretched Kush. Egyptian ideological stereotypes presented Nubian ethnicity in negative terms. In the celebratory monuments of the ancient Egyptian state, Nubia could not simply be referred to by its ancient name, Kush, but must always be Wretched Kush. The negative qualities of Nubian ethnicity help to define the positive qualities of Egyptianness. And this is Kush in hieroglyphs. Wretched Kush with a bound Nubian as the hieroglyph.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, y'all.
William Adams, in a critically important article from the Journal of Comparative Study of Society and History. The first colonial empire, Egypt and Nubia, 3200 to 1200 BC. The ancient Egyptians professed a moral superiority over miserable Kush, which provided a cover for more than 2,000 years of colonial domination. The process of Egyptian colonial expansion into Africa between 3200 and 1200 BC anticipated the colonial enterprise of the European maritime powers between the 5th and 20th centuries. Although the Egyptians never showed much desire to live in Nubia, they very early developed an interest in some of its exportable resources. The commodities which they especially coveted were the unholy trio of gold, ivory, and slaves, the same products for which Africa was coveted and exploited by foreign powers for millennia to come. You claim Kemet, you claim Nile Valley, they enslaved the Nubians. Nubia and Constantine. Senwasset III, Black Pharaoh of the 12th dynasty, said the Nubians have no courage. They are weak and timid. Their hearts are contemptible. I have seen them. I am not mistaken about them. I seized their women. I took their goods. I stopped up their wells. I slew their bulls, reaped their crops, and burnt their houses.
Black Pharaoh.
Dr. Yusuf Ben Yakini says about this in Africa, mother of Western civilization. I seized their women. What does that mean? He says, was a direct statement of Usurping II. Why did conquerors seize their victims' women? To rape them. Certainly the Nubians did the same to the Egyptians when they were the victims. Kemet was not just a political imperialist in Nubia. Kemet was a cultural and a religious imperialist in Nubia. Ian Shaw, The Oxford History of Ancient Egypt. There is the continuation throughout the Middle and New Kingdoms of the essentially xenophobic ideology, whereby the stereotypical barbaric Nubians were portrayed in official art and literature as worthless representatives of chaos. There is good evidence of a deliberate New Kingdom policy of acculturation, both in Nubia and the Levant, so that the local elite were encouraged to adopt Egyptian customs and nomenclature, and their children, the children of the Nubian elites, their children were sometimes forcibly removed to be educated in Egypt, eventually returning to their home countries fully indoctrinated with the Egyptian way of life. We're talking about what the Egyptians did to the black Nubians. You want to throw Islam and Allah in the trash because some damn cracker Arabs took some black slaves? Well, while you at it, throw Mayan in the trash. While you at it, throw Amun Ra in the trash. The Egyptian occupation of Nubia in the New Kingdom was colonization in the true sense of the word. Perhaps the most subtle indication of a changed Egyptian attitude and policy towards Nubia in the New Kingdom versus the Middle Kingdom is to be found in the substitution of the Temple of Amun for the fortress as a principal symbol of Egyptian authority. When in the Middle Kingdom, Kemet colonized Nubia, the seat of their power was in the fortress. In the New Kingdom, they transferred the seat of authority to the Temple of Amun. The Temple of Amun, built in Nubia, was the place of Egyptian imperial rule. Just as the concept of darkest Africa was a forerunner of a policy of education and westernization on the part of the European colonial powers, so the concept of miserable Kush was a prelude to the Egyptianization of the Nubians. The earlier Egyptian policy toward the Southerners had been physical repression or subsidizing native despots. In neither case having much direct influence on the indigenous culture of the South. The ideological indoctrination of the temple cults was substituted for the physical repression represented by the fortress. So the Kemet colonial powers exported Amun Ra and his temple into Nubia as part of their spiritual, psychological enslavement of the Nubians. And you say Allah is the slave. Praise God. Tutmosis III, whose imperial program took him into the Levant. And they were successful after conquering in the 15th century, conquering Joseph. His general, incidentally, his name was Tahuti. Let's see what Tahuti, the general of Tutmosis III, in the Levant, Tahuti writes back with joy to Tutmos III. He says, rejoice, your good father Aman has delivered to you the enemy of Joppa, all of the people and his city. Send people to lead the captives. They got so many captives, they need help getting them back to Kingdom. Send people, Tahuti says, send people to lead the captives in order that your father Amin-Ra, king of the gods, with male and female slaves who will fall under your feet forever. Amin-Ra, with your male and female slaves. Here is Amin-Ra being presented by Ramesses III with Levantine slaves. And these Levantine slaves were black. Amin-Ra, or commissions, enslaved blacks in the name of Amin-Ra. You want to throw a lie in the trash because some damn packers took some slaves? Throw Amin-Ra in the trash with it. Maya is
right.
as much of a slave religion as you want to make Islam out.
That's right.
Look at it. You want pictures? I got some pictures for you. I will play your game now. But I will do it better. Come on. Nubian prisoners. These are Nubians attached to the Kemetic Pharaoh's war chariot.
Wow. Look at that.
That's a Nubian slave to the Egyptian Pharaoh, bound by his neck. Doesn't that look familiar? This is Tutankhamun's war chest from the 18th dynasty. Look at it good. If you can't see it well, that's okay. Look at it good. This is the Ramesses marching on the Nubians. You see the Nubians? You can't see it too well? That's okay. Look at what Jimmy did. You're trying to sell a wore out, romanticized picture of Kimmy. Come on.
That's right. Selling fantasy.
It is fantasy. Come on. And it ain't, you ain't doing no more that. Here, you do need to deal with Arab involvement in the slave trade. We do need to deal with Kemetic destruction of Nubia. He mentioned Darfur. He just talked. He couldn't change, after I called him on it, he couldn't change lanes because he has nothing to change lanes. We don't have a vehicle to drive on that other lane. Joe matter, Joe, Sudan, race, religion, and violence. He mentions Darfur, and Darfur must be dealt with. We must address Darfur like we must address Kemet's destruction of Nubia. But look, he mentioned Darfur, and then mentions white Arabs. He don't know that the situation in Sudan is Darfur in the west of the Sudan, and then the issue of southern Sudan. There are two different issues. In Darfur, it is Muslim on Muslim. The governmental militia, the Janjaweed, are black Muslims who are slaughtering Darfurians. But he didn't tell you. He wants to make that an Islamic war. He didn't tell you that the SLA, that the revolutionary Darfur groups are Muslim. The Bar are Muslim. So Muslim group, state-sponsored, fighting a populace whose champions are other Muslim groups. It's not a Muslim issue in Darfur. Now, in the south of Nubia, yes, the south of Nubia is Christian. And these black, Sudan, and these black and white Muslims in Khartoum are slaughtering our people, Muslim and Christian. And our people, Muslim and Christian, are fighting. Ain't nobody running from that. We gotta deal with Darfur like we gotta deal with Kemet. Don't romanticize about Islam. Don't romanticize about Kemet. See, you got me bad. He shows a 16th century painting done by Turks, whites. It says that's an original document. Well, he probably just didn't know. He got it on the internet. He don't know where it originated from. So he just assumed. He hoped it was an original document. He hoped I would let that pass. But won't he learn he's not dealing with that type of Muslim today?
Come on.
White God.
Oh, close on that.
I appreciated hearing that little spiel better when I heard Seti say it. I recognize that from Detroit.
He's on the plagiarism.
The plagiarism.
That's right.
I just talk about plagiarism, but I understand you say he trained you.
Woo!
Yes, he mentioned Ra. You beautiful Ra. You brilliant one who repels the coming darkness. You know the son of black light?
No.
Hell no. White light. Ra was never depicted as black. I saw once, Ra wasn't. Bring me the inscription. Bring me the image of Ra as black. Always described as white light. You talk about Heru. Heru was depicted white. Heru is depicted white. Praise to thee, O eye of Heru. White, great over his beauty, his white beauty. The Enoch of the God rejoices. So, if you want to compare Master Farah Muhammad to that white Jesus, why don't you compare Heru to that white Jesus? Pull the firearm. Hot.
Hot.
All right, we want to line up for the question.
Hot.
Who's got some questions for these brothers? We got to do it quick. Yo, Sarnetta. You want to form a line over there? So what you want to do?
Yeah, go ahead. Look. You know what?
Let's go to the telephone. What's your question, sis?
Go to 9:30.
For who? Who's your question for?
Both of them.
All right, what you got? You got 2 minutes to answer the question. No long answers. 2 minutes.
I want you both to consider that you both have the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's lessons and message to the black man when they first talk about Yaqub first teaching Islam. Those who were satisfied, 70% he let go. Those who were 30% dissatisfied, he did not let go. He grafted them. So there's a whole lot of people calling themselves Allah in this history. As far as what I surmise by both of your arguments, it seems to me that Islam is a religion to rope white people in that was created by black people who were worshiping the one God.
What's your question, sister?
There is no question.
Okay, thank you. Brother Umani, what's your question?
Yo, let me give him the mic. Yo, you know what? Line up on this side right here. Just come around here. So
so you won't be in front of the speakers.
Please ask the question.
Turn it all the way around.
Not like a commentary. Ask the question and try to make it as brief as you can.
All right, good.
Please, I make this quick, Muhammad. The brother brought up the fact that in the legends it teaches that the wisdom man has straight hair like the hair on his eyebrows.
Talk up. I'll talk up.
The brother said that in the original lessons, the messenger said that the original man had straight hair like the hair on his eyebrows. Can you respond to that?
I didn't even finish the question. Your question is that I respond to that, or did you have a question? Well, my question is that factual?
Shaken to Dia. The African origin of civilization, myth or reality. He says that there are two black phenotypes on the planet. There is what archaeologists call the broad type, the black phenotype with broad nose, broad lips, and kinky hair. Then there is the elongated type, the type of black face that is jet black, the blackest on the earth. But its features are alkaline, pointy, and its hair is straight. Sheikh Dia talks about it. S.O.Y. Kini talks about it. All the anthropologists know about it now. One, well, I'm not going to. I'll keep it short. So, yes, the blackest people on earth, the prototype of that elongated black silky hair is in phenotype, is in the Dravidian in India. The black Dravidian, not that one that he tried to sell you from me. The black Dravidian. The blackest people on earth, the so-called pygmies, or the sand people, they are yellowish. The blackest people on the planet are in the subcontinent of India today.
That's right.
Next question. Come up here, brother. Stay right there, brother.
What's your question?
True Islam is that, according to the lessons, it said that after the earth got split into two, and the original man came from the tribe of Shabazz, I would like to know what was the original language you were speaking while the earth just got split.
I am here. See, I'm not here, I'm here as a historian. I can answer that as a Muslim, but I'm not here as a Muslim. I'm not participating in this as a Muslim. I'm participating in as a historian. So as a historian, because that split was 66, according to Elijah Muhammad, was 66 trillion years ago. See, unlike him, I want to stick to data. We want to talk about religion, and I didn't come here to debate religion. Let's make that clear. I came to debate history. The history of religion, but the history nonetheless. Not religion. I don't care whether you like it or not, whatever. Let's deal with the history. And so because I can't give you an empirical database question on what language was spoken 66 trillion years ago, I won't. Now you want to talk to Wesley the Muslim later, call me on the phone, and we'll build. But I'm going to keep this academic, even if other people ain't.
Assalamu alaikum, Black Power.
Black Power.
I want to speak on that Savior's Day event where the brother showed that the KKK, at the event, it was a minister of Malcolm X.
Do me a favor, brother. Ask a question to one of them.
All right, yeah, we was talking about the Savior's Day event when you showed that the KKK was there. Give me some more information on it. Yes, sir. Go do your research. Get the Warren, it's the Warren files, FBI files. H.L. Hunt was a supporter of the Nation of Islam. Malcolm X said in 1960, he was at the house of Minister Brother Jeremiah, and he said he was ashamed of it, that the head of the Ku Klux Klan was there, and some head officials in the government was sitting there, and they wanted to negotiate a land deal to make Elijah's plan of separation seem more feasible. Now, why would the FBI have Elijah Muhammad in the document dealing with the warrant file. I'm going to tell you why. H.L. Hunt, who gave Elijah Muhammad $100,000 a year and the Ku Klux Klan $100,000 a year, was the mastermind of the death of JFK. Now all you got to do, and I know they're going to say Brother Malcolm was a hypocrite, but why would Malcolm leave the temple? Because everything that Elijah told him was a lie. They can't prove no shabazz. Prove it to me. Show it to me on the temple wall.
Just so you know, I choose not to dignify so much of. That's not fair. What? That's not fair. That's not fair. I didn't rebuttal his. Oh, you can. Okay, I got it.
The picture with the KKK was Minister Malcolm X that invited the KKK there. Get the Sadie's Day tape. When the messenger got on the stage, he was upset with Malcolm X for allowing him to come there. Get the Sadie's Day tape, you see the messenger dogging the KKK out. Get the tape, brother. Minister Malcolm X invited the KKK there. Not the messenger at all. Not the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Put it in context. Put it in context.
This right here from Mr. West. I seen your tape on how you tried to slander Egypt with Newton. First question, have you been to Egypt? And if you have, if you study Egypt, name me the source, the authority in which you learned that information from. Yeah. No, I want to come back to him on that.
Oh, we're going to go back and forth? Let me say this.
No, just like that quick.
Let me say this. I have to put this out here.
Okay.
Before Sinetta
Go ahead.
called me to invite me to debate Tahuti, we called Seth to invite him to debate me for a second time. So I hope you would be up here. We should be having this discussion on stage. I'm glad you're here to support your brother. I wish you were in a primary. The question is, have I been to Kenya? No.
All right.
You know what?
All right. I want to get back to what I'm saying.
No, sir. We're not debating. You're asking a question. You could have debated, but you chose not. That question is like Muslims who think that because they made a vacation a high, that qualifies them
Speak on it.
speak intelligently, academically about classical Islam. Because you made an educational trip. Because you made an educational trip. I studied Medinette. I would love, Brother Seti, to go back and forth with you on the Medinette. Let's talk about Egyptian ground. See, because you visited a place, don't qualify you to stop.
Oh, man.
So, hey, Ralph, look, give me that. Give me that. No, you just said that shit.
All of y'all.
Come on now. We're going to keep the peace here, y'all. Yes, that's it.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's give a hand for our brothers who just participated. Learned a lot tonight. Absolutely, black power. We are black, so it's all black power.
That's right.
Thank you all for coming out. We got vendors